last week's project, which was literally just earn 1 gold minus 1 gold, and then you have game over at 0.
Uh-huh.
And what we learned there was how to use the JavaScript to refresh in real time as you hit the button.
That looks good. That sounds good.
So you'll see here. Do you see my screen?
You have to. I see you. You have to hit the share screen thing.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you see
But
my screen now?
let me. No, I see. I see you in your racer.
Uh,
Racer thing.
okay, hold on. That's weird. Share screen.
There we go, Coach. Okay.
You see my screen?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna set you to be above. I think we're good.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Um.
Okay. So do you see the output right now and the result in the console?
I'm. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna make this bigger, so that way everybody can see it better. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So I see the result in the results window.
Yep. So this is the latest, and I can walk you through the functions that I added. Or I only added one
Buy
function,
one
really.
donut. Buy
Yep.
one donut. Where do you already?
So
Hey, you have a var. You have a var donuts as 0.
yeah.
That's
So you
cool.
start at 0, and then all I did here on the index was I added the button for buying a donut. So that's
Buy one
created
donut.
there.
Seems
I
good.
I created a span for it, player labeled donut, just because that's what we did for gold. But again, I wasn't quite figuring out what the intention is behind it. I know that we call on it in the gold.js here, and you can go into that a little bit more. But you use the document
Mmm.
element ID player label gold. But um, you'll see that all I really did was I changed the let's output to include not just you have X gold, you have X gold and X donuts, right? And donuts was created up here with gold and set to
Hmm.
0. Okay, and so I just added one function and added one button. That button is buy a donut, and when you click buy a donut, it calls the function buy one donut. So the way I have it worded here is if gold is greater than or equal to 5, then it'll say donut purchased, and then it'll do minus equal 5, meaning it'll deduct 5 gold from your current gold, and then it'll give you one donut. It'll donuts plus plus. And then the other two, like I only had the gold.toString and the donuts.toString here because that's kind of what we did up here. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
not entirely sure like why we needed to do that. And then I did the update spans because I'm assuming that's what updates the screen and refreshes it.
Well, update span is a function you wrote.
Yeah, so update spans is right here. This is literally what it prints out
Oh,
here at the
you have.
center.
That's cool. You have gold and donuts. Okay, but so what happens when you run it?
Okay, so here's my problem
Okay.
is so it works just like before with the gold part, right? With the
Mm-hmm.
0 donuts, right? And so game over, blah blah blah. So functionally exactly the same as last week, except now we have this extra button. Now if I try to click buy a donut when it's 2 gold, obviously it's not going to trigger the if, it's going to do the else, which is you don't have enough gold, please earn more in the console, right? So that's correct. You have 2 gold, you try to buy, and you'll see that you don't have enough gold, please earn more is the message on the console. Now, if we add enough gold, or let's say we have 6 gold,
Hmm.
and we click buy a donut, so the problem is it says donut purchased, and it doesn't give you the donut until I click it a second time, and that's when it says 2 gold, 1 donut. And then again, if I hit it twice, then it finally goes to 3 gold, 2 donuts, right?
And
So
it adds donut purchased afterwards.
yeah, so again,
Hmm.
this is not really what I wanted. So
No.
I could probably remove donut purchased, but I just put that there because
Well, one
um,
donut purchase would be cool if the whole thing was donut
yeah.
purchased.
Yeah, so I only didn't delete it because I wasn't sure if I still wanted to call this document get element ID here, like whether
What's the
it's
player label? What's a player labeled donut?
well, that's what I mean. I just created it and mirrored it around how we created the player label gold.
Oh, but didn't you want to like I feel like that's kind of cool if it was on its own line. right? So why don't you add a P before it in the HTML?
A P before
Donut
the
purchased. I mean, see that span? See this?
yep.
See this?
Oh, I see. So wait,
That one's good. But do you want me to show you on my screen?
yeah.
That would that be fun to show you
So,
like the idea? Because it looks like you have a you want to make a system that informs the user what's going on.
yep.
Like, are you saying it should be concurrent, so it should say how much gold you have, and then underneath it, it says donut purchased,
Right. So the
or
next
one all
line,
in one
maybe
sentence?
yeah. So maybe donut purchase is just it just shows that you bought a donut or some transaction happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be indented down. So how do you do that? You said you just use P.
You would need to do a P before the span. It's like a slash P. I wanted to show you this part anyway. So here, I'm gonna want to switch back to Henry mode,
Okay.
and then I need to put you somewhere. Oh, I get it. Oh, that's right. The reason why it looks like that is because your screen's showing. Okay, and then I think you're gonna need to switch back to your face mode, right? And then
Okay. Okay.
okay,
So
that's
Facebook.
cool. Okay, so then I got this. I'm gonna move that down, and then I'm gonna just put the chat back there. You don't need the chat right now. You can let me know if you see anybody in the chat. Okay, so now you see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we got player label gold. That's cool. So what if we went like this? Slash P span ID player label donut. Donut. Donuts. And then it's got nothing span. Okay. And I'm going to run it. And I'm going to minimize that.
So what exactly is the span doing again when you create the span?
Well, right now I run it. It's got a question mark, but it's on its own line because I added a slash P. You see that?
Yeah, but what is this span? Like what exactly is it?
Oh, what is a span? It's saying like it's like a piece of length. It's like a piece of string or something where it will do this for as long as the span is. So it's almost like I can write anything in here,
Yep.
question mark, the text inside this span is the text inside this. I'm going to move this over. There we go. Right? The text inside this span it's like just text. It can be anything. But the cool thing about a span is that you can give it an ID. And since it has an ID, it's almost like a way I can
On,
plug it into the program.
on Skype, are you able to share your screen to me? Because I can't really I can see off
Well,
of my but I'm like squinting
no, we don't
basically
want to
into my
squint, but that means the users at home are squinting too. So let me close this. Let me make it bigger. Because we don't want people squinting here, right? Maybe I'll make my own, my there we go. That's better, right? Because this is still a work in progress, right?
hmm
Okay. So here's this span. And then, you see that? How about that? It's a little bit better?
Yeah, but I was wondering if I could actually see it on my computer as opposed to on the I was thinking of actually seeing it through Skype like how you see my screen.
Mmm. And then if I do that,
Because then I can see it in real picture mode, and then it'll look more
I
like.
don't think it works like that because I'm running obs.
Okay, okay. All right, that's fine. This I can read this.
Okay. So, do you see this donut
Yeah.
span? So I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to shrink it. So I'm just going to say donut info, right? And I run it, donut info. And this could become anything you want, just like how we got the gold to be anything I want.
Yeah.
So do you want to try putting a P in front of it? Do you see the slash P in front of the span?
Yeah.
That's a little paragraph tag. All it does is it makes a paragraph first.
So /p. So it's not, you don't have to open anything with
Yeah,
it.
isn't that funny? Yeah, I was talking to people about that, and they were like, "How come it doesn't have an open tag?" Well, technically, you could use just the open or just the close. I like just the close of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or we could have made these spans a div, which does the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So I moved it, and now it moves the little question mark down.
The question mark, but buy a donut, watch what
Yeah.
happens.
Now yeah, yeah. Now that donut purchase is below.
Okay, so then your donut purchases is below it, um, and but didn't you have an error though that was showing up? So why don't we switch back to code mode? You could show me the red, because there was a red. I saw that.
Yeah, there is. Donuts.toString is not a function. Hold on.
Switch back to code mode.
Donuts.toString. Oh, this is misspelled.
Oh, there's a
Uh,
it's a typo.
yeah, hold on. So I do. Oh, I got it. It's fixed
It's
now.
working.
Yeah, it's working now. It's 100%. Except it just shows donut purchase like in perpetuity. But yeah, it works now. Cool.
Why don't no? Okay, so here's your challenge. I'm gonna get caught up. I'm gonna see if I can play that song, right?
Okay. Yeah,
And
it works with only one click now. I think it must have been because I had the typo and it was getting caught.
it's getting saucy.
Yeah.
Okay, so um,
Yay, fixed it.
yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna. Okay, so you ready? I'm gonna try and time attack it here, everybody. Is
Okay.
everybody ready at home?
I'm ready.
Okay, where did my pop-up go? Pop-out go. There it is. It's weird. Oh no, there it is. That's right. And then I want you to be on top of the pop-up. Okay. So, is anybody talking in the chat? I can't see. Okay. Okay, let's try it. So we got the donut info. What do I need to do? Var. Okay, we got a var right here. Var gold. Why don't I say? I'm gonna go bread equals 0 because that was the original thing, and I drew a bread just in case we need to make an image or something later. I'm gonna pull this over. Update spans. I like the update spans. You have gold, and plus bread, right?
Mm-hmm.
The gold says that text. Function buy bread. If bread is greater than or equal to 5, right? Gold minus equals 5. Oops, that's wrong. If bread is greater than or equal, you can only buy bread if you have more than 5. That doesn't make sense. And then we're gonna say.
Oh, I had another question.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
tried doing so instead before I combined it and said golden bread, I did 2 let outputs and it didn't show both.
Well,
Is
that's
there a
because
problem?
you can only have a variable in the same scope with the same name. We're gonna have one of them because lets are actually I like putting you up here so it's like better. So lets in this language are meaning that they're block scoped. So if you say it's a let, or even a var for that matter, and it's in the same block, you might have it might be like, well, which one am I talking about?
Okay. So yeah, I still don't understand really what we can go into
Well,
that more
what
later.
output is?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's.
Output is literally what's shown on the screen,
Well,
right?
output is a string. It's a concatenated string. So, okay. So you have. It's weird how you.
So like, why can't you do another let output? Like, why can't you call two let outputs consecutively? I guess.
Well, how come I can't make two lets with the same name?
No, like let's say you want to make two sentences. You have zero gold, and then you have X. You have zero donuts. How do you make both show up in two separate sentences by calling what exactly is let output? Is that what's
That's a
showing there right
variable.
now?
Let output
Is
is
it
a variable.
yeah? But on the result page, is that what you're seeing?
That's
Is
right.
that from let output? Is that
Yep, that's right.
okay? So can you use two let outputs essentially to say you have zero gold, you have zero donuts? Two
Period.
separate, yes, two period, two sentence.
You well,
Because that's what I did first, and it gave me an error, so I just combined it.
well
That's what,
okay. So you can do. There's a couple ways to do that. We could say you have that much gold, period. Oh wait, gold, period, and then escape sequence end. You have bread, bread. So let's run that, see what we get. You have zero. Oh, maybe you can't do an escape sequence end like that. Huh. You have zero gold, you have zero bread. That's interesting. So, oh, it's because it's in a single span? You can, since it's in a single span, so we might have to split up the div. We might have to split it into two spans. Or it would need to be in more of like a text field type of a thing.
okay. Typically you only do one let output, or is that the rule, or can you?
You could do two outputs, but then they would need to have slightly different names.
All right.
So, did you want to? We could make it so. Do you want to make it so the player label donut correlates to the other output? Want to do that?
Yeah,
That could be
and then
fun. Yeah.
output is generic. Like you don't create that, right? It's a generic. Set.
That's the thing. If I say let output, it is created by us. So
Okay, so
let's call this let gold output
where are
equals
we calling output, or where's
where we're using it
yeah,
in
like
the
where?
doc in the inner HTML equals output.
Oh, I get it.
So
Yeah.
check this out. Check this
That's
out.
where I see. Okay, now I
Donut
get it.
output. Look at this equals you you have plus donut. No, it's not donut. Wasn't it bread? Donut output. Oops. Donut info. Player label donut. I'm just going to make it donut now. And then I'm going to switch it from bread to donut.
Instead of donut purchase, I think I'm just gonna say
Donut.
equals output.
Okay. Now, donut output equals you have donut donuts. Now we could say, change this to say gold output. And then we could say here, copy paste that, player label donut output. Let's see what happens. You have zero gold, you have zero donuts. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Separated. They're their own things now.
Okay. Okay. I think I see what you're doing. Cool.
Cool. So do so now you can buy bread with your and you can buy donuts with your gold.
So now I can buy donuts with gold, yeah.
Okay. Um, I still got to get caught up on my. Oh, I have buy bread. I'm gonna say buy donut. Okay. So uh, what do you think? Do you think that what do you think would be cool? Do you want to have what do you want to do with this? Do you want to make it so you have donuts, you have gold, maybe you can feed something?
Okay.
Do you want to make a pet?
Okay.
Would that be fun, or what do you think?
Let me
What
think.
would you want to do? What would you want to do with the donuts? I guess that's the
Yeah,
question.
right. Mm, let's see.
So if you could feed someone the donut, or you could just eat them.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe there's a. I'm thinking kind of broader. What? I mean, maybe it's more than just donuts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do. Let's say. Yeah, I guess a pet would probably be the easiest way to kind of. Let's create a pet, I guess.
Doesn't sound like
Um,
it's that exciting to you, though. I mean, what would be more fun? We can do something different. We don't even have to use this donut thing if you don't want. We could do something different. Do it like,
okay.
let's say you were going to make a. I kind of wanted to do something with compound interest today, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be kind of cool?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, compound interest.
I mean, that's a classic function, and you'll learn about you learn about the rates and using the rates, and it's like get to use the function again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So making one of those is pretty good. So how about this? How about we use what you've learned from this one? You have some vars here, and we expand on it, and we introduce a new data type. So here above the gold in the data, the gold, let's say gold is an integer because that's going to be an integer thing. It's going up by solid numbers. It's not in a decimal. But that's not going to work for compound interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you would need to make things grow over time. And it's like in a rate.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, what if we created a class for a character that has gold or donuts? Now, who would have gold in a donut? I would say a baker would have a donut, or like a business person.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to we could just say biz.js, or what do you want to name what do you want to name your player.js?
Who's the player? Is the player the person who is getting the gold and getting the donut?
Sure.
And then how does compound interest play into that? He's gonna invest the gold and buy more donuts.
We can. Maybe. Or do you want to do a There's
I mean,
gold.
there's a. I
Maybe
mean,
we should make
I
something
think
with dollars. Make a new one.
yeah, we can make a new one with dollars. I think if we're gonna
Yeah.
do compound interest, I think what I'm interested is obviously we're both interested in real estate, so maybe we do something with that.
Cool. Square
Maybe we do some,
footage.
yeah, but like
Rent.
yeah, yeah. Where's the compounding though? It's either that or something like how like I'll give an example. Let's say like how long would it take if you're gonna put $1,000 into account that earns 6% annual interest compounds? How long will it take you to get $1 million? Like right? Like,
That's great. We should make our own. We should make a new project for that. Don't you think?
yeah.
Like, um,
So how do you so how do you become a millionaire? I guess.
let's become a millionaire, and then we could do how much you earn and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we could just do this right within this thing, right? So this game, we'll just do a bunch of like slash p's, like
Yep.
so. Okay, let me zoom out. So
Wait.
I'm,
So can we also learn how to do field inputs? So
yeah,
I'm
you'll need
thinking
it for this one.
in terms of the result, you want to put in how much money you're putting in annually or weekly or whatever, and then what is the interest rate that you're looking at percentage? What are you assuming? What interest rate? And then um, and then it should output like to accumulate $1 million, it'll take you X number of days or years or whatever.
Okay, so then how about we make a class for this guy, right?
Hmm.
So I'm gonna make a class. I'm gonna call this person person.js. A person has money, right?
Yeah.
Person.js. Is this cool or what?
Wait, so are we doing this in the same place?
Let's just do it in the same one so that way if people want to fork this project, they can they don't have to look around for it,
Okay.
right?
So you're just an index right now,
And then I added a
and
new
the head.
one called person.js from the files.
Oh, I see. Okay. Add file.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna console.log person.js. Was loaded. Okay, so now we can say class person. This is called the long form constructor, right?
Yeah.
There's other ways of doing this, but we're going to do long form. It's a little bit easier to pull apart and use for other stuff. I'm going to say end of the person class. Okay. And then here we're going to begin the person constructor.
Okay.
Now the constructor will make it so we can have multiple person objects with unique unique memory addresses. That's kind of like back end, and different property values. So we can make it so a person, we can have two different people, but they have different money, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You don't have the exact same number of pennies that I do. Or you can have two people with exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cool part about it. So they're all going to follow this blueprint. Constructor.
So when you call class person, this is just an object. It's almost like in C++, I think it's just object. Creating an object. Okay.
Pretty legit. And let's just say it takes a name. This dot name is equals name. That's funny. This dot name equals name. So name is an argument. Name technically is a parameter that we will pass as an argument to the constructor. Okay? Name is a parameter that we'll pass as an argument to the constructor. And we're also going to say this dot like cache equals 0.00. So it's a little double. Do you want cache to be the property for your money? Or should we say is cache right? And then we can make other things for like if it's locked away as an asset or something.
Yeah.
So we'll just say this is like your liquid
I
cash.
think yeah. So it'd be cash and then investments, I guess.
And that would be a separate thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is good. So you start out with only cash.
Why'd you have to put 0.00? So it actually it'll show it by decimals then because we're doing USD.
It should if we concatenate it, but sometimes it might truncate it. You might drop it to be 0.0. But maybe we will, if it goes 0.01, it definitely will be good. Let's do that. You start with a penny. Because then we can just drop a $sign on it and it'd be easy mode.
So after we create this, we can go back into whatever script or go like you're gonna create a new person. Like for example, if it was Henry, you just say what new person or person Henry.
Yeah.
New person Henry.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you call that, it would default to Henry because you would put Henry in the parentheses of calling that new person, and then it would assign me with $0 right off the bat.
You get 1 penny. You get 1 penny for free.
Okay. 1 penny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you want to see if we can? Well, first let's connect our defer, right? So we'll do this guy in the index HTML. Remember the defer area?
Mm-hmm.
We could say gold script. We'll do gold first, then we'll do the script defer src equals person.js. Person. And when we run it, it should say our module's loaded. Okay, gold person was... Oh, I wanted to do the hashtags in front. I think we're looking good so far. Hashtags in front. Run it. Person.js was loaded. I'm going to make us a little smaller so it's easier for people to see when they're following along a little bit. So I'm going to shrink me. Because I'm not... A, you're the star of the show. B, we want them to see the code. That's the most important part. There we go. And that seems good.
Okay.
And then now, that's pretty big now, huh? I can zoom out one level. Is it still easy to see at that level?
Yep.
I feel like that way the customers can see more, right? Like, I'll just move my little head there. Perfect. Okay. So now the thinking is, let's build a person. So we're going to say var. We want to say player equals new person. And I'm going to make my guy called Henry. Because it's you. Because this This is an interactive
Okay.
show.
So you say var person in parentheses Henry, right?
var player equals var player equals new person Henry.
Oh, I see.
That should run. You shouldn't have any errors yet.
Yep.
No errors.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Console.log player. What do we got? Ooh, look at that. Person Henry cache 01. Do you see that in the console?
It's still it's updating. You just did that right after? Yeah, you created the variable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um yep. Name Henry cash 1 cent. Yep.
Okay, that's kind of cool, right?
Yep.
So now, check this out. What if we say player dot cache plus equals 0.50, and then we console.log player. What do you think's going to happen?
You're doing what?
I said, oh, it didn't show up, huh? Sorry. So player,
Takes about 10 seconds.
yeah, player dot cache plus equals 0.50, console.log player. So we'll just say console.log Henry found 50 cents on the ground. No, in the laundry. That's actually happened to me, I've found. Now if I do a /n here, will that do it? Hey, I like that. You found 50 cents and look at your cash.
How come you didn't close the Henry found 50 cents in the laundry? You didn't
I
close
did
it.
semicolon out and still ran, right? Yeah, so this language is what's called lenient with the semicolons. So, but you still want to get in the habit of doing them,
Yeah.
because if you don't, it might get saucy when we are it might get saucy when we start doing like database stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because databases are more strict when it comes to semicolons, especially if you need to keep track of them. Especially
Okay.
Firebase, you want to know where all your curly braces and semicolons are, because then they actually have more meaning. But a semicolon can also help you with finding weird errors, because it means terminate this line, as opposed to making the back, like the JavaScript, as it does its best to interpret that. It makes it so it's like, oh, should I end it there, or what should I do? Semicolon means end that line now. Do it. It's
Mm-hmm.
more imperative. So, but if you notice, this person just has a name and cache, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to make it so if you like every time you maybe he has a job. What if we say this dot job
Yeah.
equals donut employee, right? And then so every time a donut's made, you get what is it, $11.50 an hour for a donut, or what do you think? Like, does he make money every time a donut's made?
Oh, if we tie it back to the donut, Sure. I was gonna just suggest that we use like
A
the
text.
average median salary of a U.S. worker because I
Okay,
guess
so why don't we call him this job as average U.S. worker?
okay. So that's what 50 grand a year, I think.
Okay, so I added that job there to it.
Okay.
So now it'll say that. Dude, what if we made a table that showed all your stats? Would that be legit?
Mm-hmm.
We could make a table for this.
Donut.
How much is the median salary?
50 grand a year. But it'll be cool because then we can show how the median U.S. worker can become a millionaire, or how you become a millionaire
Yeah.
is by using compound interest.
Okay. I'm digging that. So then, now here we're going to go on this dot job. What if we say this dot salary? Should we do the salary
Yep.
equals, and you said it was 50,000
Yep.
.00. We'll add a decimal. So this is yearly,
Yep. This is annually. Yep.
annually. This is cool. This is like educational.
Mm-hmm. 50.
Education.
Okay.
So, but do you want to get it so this guy shows up in our HTML program?
Okay.
Okay. So let's go into index HTML again, everybody. And then at the top, like, I'm just going to add a table here. So I'm going to say table. Table. So far, so good. T head. T head. And let's add a caption real quick. Caption. Caption. Person. Or no, we'll just say. We're just gonna say Henry. Let's just call him person with. Because then we're just gonna say person. That's tight. Let's see what happens, and then later we'll put your name in there. Person. That's good. And then we'll add color to the table and everything. You can make it look like Excel. Or
Okay.
close to it. So I'm gonna zoom in because this table part can be tricky. So I want people to be able to see it. How's that? That's pretty good, huh?
What's Theed do? And what's
What's the what?
Theed?
T head.
That
T. That's
T
the.
head?
That's
Oh
a
yeah.
table head.
Okay.
Table head. Table row. So we got a row. Then we'll have two things in that row. We'll go TD. TD. Okay, and then we're gonna say name. TD. And this is going to be question mark. And then close that out. And then we should copy and paste it. And then what was it? Name. Oh, cache. That's cool. Name. Oh, and this one needs an ID. So then we're going to say this is name label. TD ID equals cache label. I think that's a good start, right? And then we can actually modify these. TD, TR. Okay, we run this, and I want to add a little bit of color.
What's TD stand for? I know the TR is table row. I'm assuming.
Table row, and then TD is table division. Person name cache. Person. Oh, let's center the caption. That's cool. Or not worry about it. Run it. Person. Oh, it
Name.
is centered in its own way. It's hard to tell because I don't know. I don't see any color or anything, so I want to add that to the CSS. Did I pop it out? We're live. Okay. I just want to make sure I can see my little live thing. So you got this table?
Yep.
Okay. So now, do you see the style CSS file?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. TD background color. Can we say background color is rosy brown? Can we do that? Boom! Can you believe that? How quick that is? TD background color rosy brown. And then you could even change it. I want to give it a kind of a background color rosy brown. There we go. Look at that. And then border. Oh, comma. Border. Semicolon. Border. Border start with border. Let's see, I think we got the people that were joining the stream here.
GP. Background color. How did you get the that color thing to pop? It's not doing it for me.
We'll start typing the RGB thing, how mine is, and then see what happens on it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Border width. Let's say 4px. Let's see what happens on that one. I gotta double check that one.
All right.
Table border. What do they do? Oh, I like that. Oh, just darn it! I always forget that part. It's just border. Okay. Wait.
So why are we doing this in the style.css? So is that all the formatting sort of stuff?
Yeah, and then you don't
Oh,
you only
okay.
have to do it once. How cool is that? And it did name and cache.
Mm-hmm.
See that part? So does yours look like that now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got name and cache. Okay, so then, do you want to connect? Let's connect it to the person.
Sure.
Okay, so then inside person.js, let's go down. We can just say update. So if we say update, this function is the person has this ability. The person has the ability to update the HTML. Why? Because we said so. So here we're going to say update the name. Document.get element by ID. What was it? What was this? Name label. That makes sense. Name label equals this dot name. Nope, dot inner HTML. Oh wait, is it the? Let's try the inner HTML. See how that goes. You got that part?
Not the last part you
Okay,
did.
yeah, because I don't want to go too fast on it. Inner HTML. TD. Seems like it should be good. Sometimes you got to say value.
So you created a function for this?
Yeah,
Just
and then so a function inside a class object. Function inside a class object is a method. It's called a method.
okay. I think I got that.
So now let's just say underneath the last console.log player, let's say player.update.
An unexpected token.
We got an unexpected token.
Yeah. What is this?
Where's it saying it is? In the name label, maybe?
It's open bracket. I guess it's waiting. Maybe I don't have it. So that's closed. Oh, I think this.
This is the end of the update method.
Oh, here we go. Oh wait. Oh, I see. That was supposed to be there. Okay, so then you create update. Document.get element by ID name label iteration equals this dot name.
So you were pretty excited about doing this today, huh?
You betcha.
Because it's like you just came back from everybody. He just came back from a business trip, right? A long weekend. He's like, "Hey, I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Hey.
I'm doing this."
Yeah, I was like, it felt like school. I was trying to rush my homework before
Yeah, you don't have to
6:45.
do that for this. You don't have to do that for this. It's not like it's more like you don't want to be like, "Oh
Probably
man,
back memories.
OMG, OMG, I gotta rush." You like put on some Evanescence and like some Red Bulls and you try and jam out your code, right? So does it when you did you, her new she's got a new song. It's not bad.
Does she?
Oh yeah, you run it. Does it say Henry now?
Let me look.
Name Henry? Cash question mark.
No, I'm getting an error still.
Can you show me your code? I can help you.
Okay. Wait, let me see yours again. Get element name. Um. Date. Okay. All right. I am gonna share right now.
Mm-hmm.
How do I? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think I did everything. So in here I have this TD.
Well, it's still I think transferring over.
All right. I'll just show. I mean, really, all we did was put person.js, or we modified person.js.
Mm-hmm. You sure you put the share screen button?
Yeah. Oh, how about now?
That's better. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Name label Inner HTML equals. Okay. But you never updated. On line 42, it should say player.update.
Oh, you mean after here?
Mm-hmm.
Like here?
But it's a function. There you go. Good job. Run it. Oh. Error. Let me see that error. Person. Oh, wait. Oh, it's a curly brace. Oh, I see. I see. So your update function is outside of your person. Your person needs that if you're going to do dot notation on it. So you need some new lines.
Right.
So you,
So this shouldn't
no,
have
keep that.
closed.
Well, sure, you can do it that way, yeah. But
Oh, there we go.
like, the do you see where it says end of your person class? Give yourself a curl brace there. Close and curl brace.
Okay.
Now go to that curl brace above it. Go to the curl brace above it. New line. Go up one unit. Okay. Now go one tab deep. Comment code. End of the person constructor. Good. Now go down one arrow. New line, new line. Now highlight line 30 through 35.
Cut it.
Yep. And you put it in the sandwich. And now you would tab in line 27 through 32.
Okay.
You can do a bulk highlight. Do a highlight line 28 through 30. Wait. Actually, highlight line. There you go. And then you would back tab. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. And then update would be a little bit to the left. So there you go. Well, no, that one was fine, but the word like 27 through 28 should be one tab to the left. Good. Perfect. Now run it.
Okay.
Now run it. There we go.
Okay.
There you go. See, it says your name there.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you like that? Now we can do the other part where it says your cache.
Okay.
And then we can visually represent it. Okay, let's switch back to normal mode.
Okay.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
I think that, and then literally you'll be able to use this to make a website.
Okay.
It's weird. Why is it? I need to move this. Oh, okay, I get it. There we go. Perfect. So now we can copy paste the update, the stuff inside it, and then we just go boop boop, and then we could say update the cache. Update the cache. And then we could say, was it cache label? Oh, I said this dot name. It should be this dot cache. There it is, cache 051. Oh, let's add a dollar bill in front. Dollar bill. There it is. Dude, that's cool, right? Henry Cash, 51 cents.
Yeah. Update. Name label. So this is still in this update. All right.
So now let's go into the H.
Now I see. Yeah.
It's showing up with your name and cache. Okay, let's just do some copy and paste magic in our head here. And then we could say paste this. And then this one, instead of saying name, it should say like occupation.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or we just say job. Should we say job or occupation? Maybe occupation, so it sounds more like insurance-y, right? And then
Okay.
occupation label. And then the other one was, what was the other aspect of the person? Oh, salary. Annual salary. Okay. And then this one will be annual salary. And then this will be salary label. And we run it. Good so far.
So instead of you just made an occupation one extra one. You just copy pasted.
I
what we
copy
did
pasted
profession.
occupation and annual salary.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, so then this will become occupation. This is cash. Okay.
When you run it, do you have 4 fields now?
Yep.
And then there's 2 question marks?
Yep.
Okay, so then what should we do for the update of the person for that stuff?
What should we do for? You mean what to put in there?
On the update. Because we can do this, copy and paste it and do the same thing. We could say document get element by ID occupation label equals this dot. I think we said job. Maybe we should say occupation so we keep it consistent.
Okay.
This dot occupation, and then this other one, salary label equals this dot salary. Bam. And usually salaries are not given cents, right? Usually it's like, it's to the dollar, right? Like
Yeah.
no one has like a 43K and 72 cent salary, do they?
This dot occupation. Okay. Occupation label. Update the occupation.
And I'm gonna change my name to be Henry to CS Good Comrade.
Sorry.
CS Remember CS Good Comrade?
Yeah.
From
Salary label.
Corrupted Souls Guild.
Mm-hmm.
Or should I be Kikilos? CS Kikilos. Kikilos.
Salary label. Okay. Interesting.
So this is starting to look like actually useful now, huh? Like tables and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So this salary. Okay. All right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, good. So this guy's looking pretty good. So then, I feel like we should say like maybe in the person like he has cash, right?
Well, I think there needs to be another. I think we want to create another variable called like investments, right? So the cash he's making no interest, right? And then the cash will move over to investments, and that's where he'll make the compound interest.
Don't you think that the investments? Okay, so like there's only one type of investment right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we're just gonna keep it simple. So there's only
Yep.
one. Okay.
Yep.
So then, we should say this dot investments equals 0 or something, or
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
he has no. We'll say he has this dot investments equals he starts with $9.99 in investments, so he has $10,
Okay.
like a little bit less than $10.
Okay. So
Because you can.
starting from scratch. Starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then all he has to do is work 1 year and he gets 50K, you know?
Right.
So we can have a button
Well,
for that.
actually, no. We should add age here too because
Oh, age.
should be around. We should be targeting 65, right? Or
He is 65.
no, we should be targeting. I mean, when people talk about retirement, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
66 technically now with, I think with Social Security. I mean,
Oh,
again, it doesn't have to be that complex, but um, why I think that's important to this is
he uses a year every time he waits. If you
yeah,
wait,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you invest $50
Right
into
now
your,
versus later, that you see the difference. Yeah, exactly. I think that's why it's ages.
so what does he start at? Do you want to make it do you
Let's
want to
say
add
21. Let's say you start 50 grand a year. You're or 25. And
25? That makes sense, right?
yeah.
25. He's
Okay.
even I did a little bit of that at 25. Like,
Okay.
I
So
thought that
it
was
makes
kind of
sense. He's got
noob.
no money. He's got $10 to his name.
And he's got $10 in $10 investments. He has 50 cents in his name.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna do that right
and
below
I'm gonna
name.
add that. So the investments is under name.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Well, I'm gonna say
I'm gonna put it
no,
under. I'm
under
gonna do
name.
it.
I'm gonna put age.
Oh, age,
Update
and then
age.
investments is under cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, age. Age label.
Yeah, we'll see that. You're already beating me to it, coach. And then cash. Okay. Investment. Investments label. Kilos. Investments, we don't know. Okay. We're going to update my update. Okay.
You can do investments below where?
Underneath cash.
Okay, got it. I have to update the index, right?
Undefined.
Yeah. So right below name.
Yay! I'm like, undefined. Say what?
You got it already?
Yeah, but I'm going to get more tea. Be right back 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, so it should say name, age, cash, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I think I now I'm hitting an error. I don't know what I cannot set property internal inner HTML of null.
And maybe did you set the label right?
I'm looking. Mm,
Because let's say you did investments with an S, then
I did. Yeah.
you're going to make sure they all correlate.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why this is not.
Want to show me the code?
Yeah, give me 1 second. It was right after I updated. Um. Name label. You got age label. You got cash label. Investments label. equals this dot investments. This dot age, name, age, cash, investments, occupation, salary. Cannot properly set 61E. Of null person dot update.
Who's null? The document element or the property?
It says cannot set property inner HTML of null at person dot.
That means it's having trouble finding your label. What did you put for your label?
Here, let me just share my screen.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Investments, okay. Let me see your
Index.
yep. Investments label. Okay, let me see the Java one again.
In person.
JavaScript, yeah, person. Oh, is that the error? What? Can we see the console.log on the error? Go down. Oh, 37 is the error. It's age. Yeah, I don't know why I was assuming it was investments. Okay, let's see the HTML, index HTML.
Oh, right here. Oh wait, no. It's age right here. There we go.
Look at him
Okay.
go. Look at him
Okay,
go.
now it looks good. Okay.
Cool.
Cool. So
I think you're liking this part, huh?
Yep.
Cooking.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Now let's there we go. We got my buddy there. I feel like we should say like add a input. I kind of forgot. Oh,
Well,
maybe
I
we
was
could do the
hoping.
T body. We could put some buttons in there, like or a text field where it's like invest, like cash. That'd be so cool,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And then it takes money from your cash, and then or it says work for a year or work 1 month or something. Do you want to do that? And then your cash goes up.
Mhm.
And then like you push a button to earn, but then your age goes up. Would that be kind of cool? So your age goes up at 1, but then you get 50K. What do you think?
Well, hold on. I'm thinking.
But then there's
So.
taxes.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't really
let's.
get if you're making 50K. You probably have like $500 to save, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You're probably
Yeah,
like
that's true.
in debt. You're like,
It's true. Well, we
oh
can
God.
do. Let me look at Let me look at average rent in
We
U.S.
should put rent in here. We could do whatever.
So I'd probably say I would think it's probably $1,000, right? You'd think.
Not in
I
your
mean,
neighborhood.
we could do it in percentage though.
Is that what
Most
you're going to
people
charge
what?
people when they rent your house?
No, I'm gonna charge much more than that. I don't think
I'll do it.
50,000 a
I'll
year
do
will
it.
even do it.
That'll get you a key fob to get in the door, right?
Basically
No,
not.
that's what the guy who was trying to abduct people near your house makes a year. Remember that guy who got taken away? He
Yeah.
was in the news. That looked like your place. I was like, oh, don't steal my friend.
Okay, so wait, how do we let me see.
I want to earn money. I want to like where it's like
Yeah,
you.
I want to earn. I want it to. Um, there should be an assumed percentage of the salary that he makes over his expenses, right? Over his food costs and living costs, right? So at
Why don't
fifty
we
thousand
type it
dollars
in? Why
salary,
don't we
let's
why don't we enter it? Like
okay, yeah,
we don't have
but
to
that's what I
itemize
mean,
it.
right? But like what? Okay, so if we're writing this program, ideally it would be a website where I can go there, punch in these things, and it'll tell me how long I have to save and how
This is
much
a
I have to put
website.
in. Right, that's what
Literally,
I mean.
you can push publish, and it's a website.
Right. So, but we've already inputted all the values of, let's say, this imaginary person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't it be better if we just had fields where you plugged in that info?
Yeah, we can do that. We can make another thing where it's like it's a field. So let's try it. Let's want to try doing it
Yeah. So like we
for the
could make
name.
some. Right. So like, could it look like this table, but it would just be blank of fields, and then you'd type it in, and then it would set. It would set and create the player based on what you were typing in, or no?
Yeah, or we could do it so it updates in live time. Like I'm imagining, what if we had like a field, another thing to the right or something, and then
Mm-hmm.
it where you can type stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you want to try that? Or do you want to make it so this? So, oh, I get it. So you want to say enter your name, enter your age, enter your stuff. Do you want to do that?
Right.
That's
Right.
cool. That's cool. Let's do
Like
that.
like anyone can go in there and put in their
We
info
could do
and
that with
then
a couple. Another like we could have a table for inputting, and then
yeah.
a table output table. So then let's change this from person. Let's change this to say output, or information output. Is that cool? And then we could say we could do another one for input.
Hmm.
Or do you want to make it so these are all editable? I kind of like how this one's not editable. Not well, we're not going to eat it,
Hmm.
but editable.
Yeah, maybe we focus on this one where it's not editable and just get
Get the
the math
algorithms
right.
correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
get the
that's good.
algorithm around how we want it to come up with the number.
And we
I
could do
know
buttons,
the
and we could
result.
do buttons
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
in the beginning. I
So
mean,
right now we have our object. This is everything that we assume later they're going to be able to input,
yeah,
right? And then what do we want the output to be? It want to be this is how much you need to put in every month of your salary, your annual salary, and you grow at an assumption compound interest rate of what
I
10%.
yeah, but I want to do one more, which is your ex like savings rate, right? Because
So
then your
so
cash savings
right.
of
So
your
cash is savings. I don't know, but that's like less than a percent, right? That's like almost nil.
But
I
I
would
mean, I guess, or should we say like expense rate, and then you get your salary minus expenses, taxes and expenses.
expense.
So if you work for a year, what do you actually get? And then so it'll be a percentage of your annual salary
Yeah.
is what you
Right.
get in your cash. Then we could have a button where it's like you work 1 year.
Hmm.
But if you work 1 year and you already have investments, your investments will grow, right?
Hmm.
That kind of thing. I think that could be kind of cool. But what I want to I want to show that formula, right? So it's kind of like Deus Ex, where you can see actually how things are working statistically. So
So would you want it where you click a button and it goes year one, year two, year three,
yeah, and then your age
and then you can
grows.
see, and then yeah, your age grows, and then you see the investments grow as
Yeah,
well.
right. So this
Okay.
9.99 should actually grow because you start
Right.
with $10 invested. So I was
Right.
just thinking, let's add one more thing in the guy. So let's say this dot expense, is it expense rate, your rate of or is it net net income, gross?
No, gross is the 50,000. Net
Right,
income would be
that's what you make actually, but that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah
cover, does
that's
that cover expenses?
um
Because
Okay, for that.
the gross doesn't even cover taxes, right?
No, yeah, I think net income is um
It should include
difference you factor in deductions and taxes.
and expenses.
Let me look. Um, Net income is less cost of goods sold, selling, general expenses, operating
So let's
expenses,
say net.
depreciation, interest.
This
Yeah,
we could say this dot net
yeah,
net salary. No. Net income rate. I think that's
right.
cool. Net income rate equals, and then how much does this guy actually get out of his 50K? Like,
Yeah. So let's assume he's probably spending, I would say, half of it on housing, and then what, 25. So is he saving 25%, saving 30%, or he's spending 30% less than what he brings in, I guess, is maybe one way to look at it. Because that's the amount that actually goes to cash, and that's the amount that actually moves into investment eventually, right?
cash is not going to be. You have to choose because you could spend some of that cash on donuts. You could spend some of that cash
Yep.
on anything you want.
Right.
So your net income rate should be after taxes and maybe after housing.
Yeah, housing, food, and taxes, right?
Okay,
So your net
close.
income, net income rate is what, 30% of your annual salary. I don't know what assumption we want to use there, but uh,
Then he's spending housing, food, and taxes. He's
I mean,
spending. Yeah,
eventually
you're right.
that's
Will be
variable to
factored
every
in.
user. So that
Let's say
should be a field.
0.33.
Yeah, yeah, that's a field that someone should be able to play with, because you and I might have different expenses in terms of how often we go out to eat, how what do we eat.
Absolutely.
Okay, but that's fine.
I'm
We can
on
just set it for
33.
now.
Want to
Okay,
set
that's
it.
fine. Okay,
So we're gonna
net
say
income rate.
33%, like 1/3.
Okay. This dot net income.
We're gonna say this is cash after taxes, food, rent, right?
Yep.
This includes car payment.
Cash after.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then we should
I'll just
say
say net income.
and then we
After
should
tax.
say this dot years worked equals 0. How about that? So that way we could keep track of how many years you've worked, how long the simulation has been going.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And these ones won't be part of the head. These will be part of the table body, so we can make them look a little different too. These are more like special factors. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think that'd be
Yep.
really cool. Okay, so you got this right now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Now in the style, let's add one more. We're going to say T H, and then we're going to copy and paste this stuff, but we're going to make the TH. We did the TH is going to be a little bit more like reddish. And I realized I inverted my table head earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I should have done TH earlier, so we'll fix that. Okay. So now in our guy, we have the table head. I put TDs where the T heads go. That's funny. Okay. So now we're going to go T body. T body. And then we're going to do a TR. Okay. And then these are TDs. And this is going to be your person. What was it? Person. Okay, good. Copy this. Okay. Then we're going to say net income rate. And then this is going to be called net income rate label. And then I'm going to do one more for years worked. And then this is going to be years worked. And I'm going to change these to be THs. Oh, it's refresh. That's not refresh. Okay. Okay.
So you just added 2 more things, just the 2 that we created. You did 2 more, the net income rate and then years worked, as 2 more tables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're gonna put that probably net income right below salary, and you'll probably put the very bottom one. You'll put
That's better. Now it looks like this. This is starting to be sick, huh?
so you net income rate. Net income rate label. And then one more is years worked. And it's years underscore worked. Okay.
Okay.
So those are question marks.
But we can patch that in our update.
Yep.
Salary label. Okay. Now in our update, our income rate equals
Update.
rate times 100 with a percentage in front. So we're going to set let n net IR equals this dot net income rate.
I'm gonna go bathroom real quick. I'll be right.
Net income rate times. Let's see how the stream's doing. Is it still working? Looks like we're going good. Looks like it's still working good. Cool. I think everybody was last time I was telling everybody that I checked out the chocolate hexen. I already beat it. So that was really good. Just getting that one banged out. Let's look at this income rate. I'm having fun with this. Net income rate times 100. And I'm going to just say percentage plus this whole thing. Document dot get element by ID. By ID. Okay. Net income rate label person. Dot inner HTML equals net IR. Okay. Oops, I think I did my percentage in the wrong spot. Go. Plus that guy. 33%.
Okay, what'd you do?
I made this little let. And I wanted to wait till you got back so I can do the bathroom break, right? So you could do this part. Is this good? Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
So
Where is this?
This is in the update. And then we no longer need all these comment code, right? So it's like, here we go. There we go. How's that? Be right back.
Yep.
Now, the year's work is pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Boom. That's tight.
So what did that do? What's the let do?
Oh, it made it so I can turn it into a string.
You mean convert your actual net income to a string?
I said net income rate times 100 plus percentage. So it's a rate, 33% per year. Should I say per year? That doesn't make sense. It's still 33% no matter what. So yeah, per percent is good. So if you work a year, you get a third of it.
Net income rate. Oh, weird.
So what does your screen look like when you run it?
Well, it says 33%, but it's wondering why it's. I didn't even before I did the let part. It showed 33%.
Well, did you just pass it in the equals without doing the let?
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
did the.
you're fine. That you just pasted it in there. Like if you
No,
you did that here.
no. Like I copied all the other document get. I didn't want to. I did it for net income rate, and I didn't have to do the times 100 thing.
And it says 33.
33%. Yeah.
Did you
Let,
say?
oh wait, no, it says 33 cents. I
Oh,
see.
it says 33 cents. We don't want that.
I see. So now 33%. Okay, yeah, I get it now.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So I really didn't need it. Yeah, okay, I see where I see.
This is to make it so make a little bit more users so they know it's a percent of what you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
So this is pretty good. So now, I feel like we can add buttons now into the table directly, which is pretty sick. We could say, actually, we should make a function in our guy that's like
Well, how
work.
is this going to work? So we know because we have 33% of a 50K salary. You're going to take 50 times divided by 12 times 0.33, and that will be the amount added to cash and or investments. Correct?
Well, if you work 1 month,
Yeah.
so you want to do it one, so we could say work.
Well, because that's kind of how compound interest works. I mean, compound interest is going to work throughout the year, not just one tick,
Oh yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So, and most interest rates are based on an annual percentage, but you should be getting the tick every like month essentially, or at least.
Usually it's some of them compound daily,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean it's amortized, right? So it's like but I feel like we should make it so you where you work 1 month. Would that be cool? We can make a function in him.
Yeah.
So it works. So working 1 month should. And then we don't know how much your investment is worth. Shouldn't we say investment?
Yeah, so
Va-
we're wondering like how much are we gonna put in like this guy is an aggressive, and maybe that's the whole point of this is you can see how much growth you can get by being more bullish on the market or investments versus holding cash, because that'll be a big difference. If you have a person who's putting 50% of their net income in cash and only investing 50%, they're basically walking away from all that growth, right, that they could have gotten. So it gives you kind of a comparison of someone who saves 99%, right, and goes straight to invest or invests 99% versus keeps it liquid cash.
yeah. And
So yeah, I'm just
I feel
so
like we need to know how much though his rate of return on the investment is the APY.
yeah,
So
yeah,
shouldn't
and
we
that's
say this dot
probably
APY
which one?
in the guy? He needs an APY, right?
Yeah, but that should be eventually something that they can play around with too, right?
Right.
Because
They
people,
will.
yep, yep,
That's why it's a property of the player
yeah,
person.
AP. Okay,
So what's the APY? Zero.
let's do 10%. I think
So
that's
he's
a
like stock market guy. So
yeah,
it's 10%.
yeah,
So we'll say
yeah.
it's 10%. Or we can make a combo box. That'd be cool too. So 10% for stock market. And then I think like it should be 2% for money market.
And then bonds or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then 1% for high yield savings or whatever, or basic yield savings, or decent savings. Isn't that usually what it is?
Mm.
Because like a Wells Fargo or something or a Bank of America, they don't give you 1%, but like a whatever third party guy will get you 1%, and then usually it's 2% for a money market. Like I don't know, so we'll just say 10%. So this guy's a stock market guy.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. So then we got to add that too. So that should be in the lower area. Let's say okay, wait, index HTML, net income rate, years
So I'm
worked.
gonna do it right below investments. I'll just do APY here.
Okay.
Um, APY label dot inner HTML equals. I mean, I sort of need to do what we did for net income rate, right? If you want to show a percentage,
I agree.
you have to do the net income, like the multiply by 100 and then show percentage.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have to do a let? Do you have to do the whole let thing?
No, you can just put it right in there. You just put it right in there.
Oh, I see. You could just say. So what was the? Why did we use the let one?
Why do I use
Um,
a let?
yeah, why did we use the let on the net income rate when we could have just said, hey, you're equal to this times
Because
100 with the
because
100
then now I have like
a net IR
it's on
thing.
its own, it's on its own line.
Okay. this
Hey,
dot
you don't have to.
APY.
I just like it. So break it
Yeah,
out, and then if I need a formula later, I have it.
yeah.
Although this is a very simple formula, but I think it's cool.
This dot APY times 100 plus a percentage sign. Damn it. Didn't work. Oh, I gotta go to index APY. And it's right below investments. Okay. APY. APY label. There it is. 10%. Cool. Cool.
Mine's too verbose. I'm just gonna get rid. They can figure out the investment stuff. I can do a key later. Okay, 10%. Okay, so now let's make a new area for like buttons that we can actually click. I think that's making more like a
Right, right,
game.
right, right. Like add a year or go year, right? Like
Work
forward a year.
work
Work one
one
year.
month, work 1 year. You can
Yeah.
work a month or you can work a year.
Yeah, let's do month. Let's do month. Actually, hold on, let me think. If we every time you click, it should go here's month 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so maybe it should be year 1, month 3, year 1, month 4, year 1, like that, or should we just do year? I mean, we could make it simple and just do a year, I guess, because it's literally.
Do you want to start with the year?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, and then so I'm gonna add to the body another row.
Where are you?
I'm in the body again of the table. This will be a different color. And this will be a button. So this is a button inside a table. This is going to say work 1 year.
So right below yours worked.
And then we can do another one that says work 1 month.
TR.
That's cool. So we already got buttons set up, you know, and then we can stitch
Yeah.
in the functions later.
Okay, button work 1 year. Slash button.
Oh, sorry, I need to make it more clear.
Stitch.
There we go.
And then TR. Cool. All right. Nice. All right. So we got the button, and then we just need to make it. What's that called? One click. We should run a function, right?
Yeah. Let's go into the person now. Okay. So now we have the update. Let's.
Oh, you did 2 buttons. You did what? Work 1 year, 1 month.
Yeah,
Okay.
just so we can stitch it later. So it's like, so the table is balanced.
Okay. Got it.
Let's see if this is better farming than Mephisto.
Okay.
We're gonna say work, and then it's gonna say months. Or gonna say year. Time units? Are we going to do months or let's just say months. Time will
Yeah,
be
I mean, the
T,
only difference
T.
between
T.
Okay.
So it's like math, and then say T will be calculated in months. Done. End of the work method. So let's do the month label first. Let's do the month one first, actually.
Okay.
Instead of the year one. Okay. So then
So you said you did work. Did you create a work? Let me see.
it's a
It's fine.
function. It's a work function. I'll move this. We're going to be primarily in the script now, so I'm gonna. Is that better?
So
I can
work
probably go
with
even
a
more.
T. Yeah, I see. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so now, I need to zoom up one more. Okay, so if you work, you're gonna say let monthly. No, yeah. Let m net. That's like your monthly net equals this dot salary
Well,
divided by
it's divided by
12
12 times
times
0.33 times the net income rate.
times this dot net income rate. Exactly. Good. That's tight. Is this cool? Isn't having an object cool?
Yeah.
Because we can just do it like,
Object-oriented programming.
you down with OOP? Yeah, you know me. You down with
This that's
OOP?
divided by 12 times. Yeah. Okay. Times this dot net income rate.
I feel like we
Okay.
should have it. We need to know what, like,
Oh no! Wait. But this is only for the monthly one, right? Are you
this
gonna
is it
do it
for
separate
everything.
work?
Or,
Okay, then. Um.
or let's say years. We'll say T will be calculated work a year. Ah, God, I just want to do it as work, and it's just month. And then we'll do it so the months are under the hood. We'll say this dot month equals 0. You start on month 0. Okay, this will be under the hood. They don't need to see this part, right? Okay. So then, because every time you click a year, it'll be a new year or something, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. So we'll say, so this is your monthly rate, right?
Yep.
Or you want to do the year one first? Let's just do year one. We'll just say year. How many years did you work? Well, it's one. It's just going to be a single year, so we don't need an argument. Okay, is that good so far? We'll delete this. Does this look good so far?
Yep.
Okay, so
So you
now,
got rid of the divide by 12, right?
oh yeah. So then let net equal this dot salary times this dot net income rate. We'll just make this year net. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So now this dot cash plus equals year net. Right?
Yeah.
And then now we need to calculate your investment data. So this dot investments times equals we'll just pull it out. This dot investments times plus this dot investments times this dot APY. Oh, I see why you did want to do 1 year. It's this will be cleaner pulling it apart later, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I could change this to be a plus equals, and then we don't need this anymore. Is that better, or did you like the this dot equals one? I think it's more clear when I do it the other way, right? Don't you think like the exploded view is a little bit more clear? Like your investments. Why am I control too many times? This dot investments equals your investments plus your investments times this dot APY. I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah, that works.
And then we can update. I think that's cool.
Wait, this dot investments plus equals this dot investments times this dot APY.
I just said equals.
Oh, you just did it two times instead.
Yeah. Would
Well,
you think? Do you think we should just do plus equals so we could trim out the other this? So it
yeah,
looks like that. Okay.
yeah.
I like this. It would be a little bit more concise.
Okay, so this dot update. Okay.
Do you think this would be cool? Do you want to test it?
Yeah, but the work. Oh, we took out the T then. We're just gonna default to 1, right? So okay, so it's just you call work under the button. That's it. So under button work 1 year, we're gonna call. Um, Actually, we can just say button equals on click. Button on click equals what was it? Year or
Do you want to try directly
work.
communicating with the person?
It's work. I'm just calling the function.
You can't call a function like that. We'll try it.
Can't.
Try it anyway.
Yeah. So I can't call the. Okay, so I can't do it like we did -1 gold.
Probably not. Can we say player dot work? We might be able to do that. Otherwise, we can make another helper function for that. Dude, that's lit. That does work. You can just pipe in. You can pipe in an object directly if you want. Do you see that? Player
Wait.
dot work. Can you see that? It's probably gonna come up in a second. Oh god.
Button on click equals
Player dot work. I think that's PHAT. That.
player dot work, and then you just okay. Oh yeah, there we go.
Is that cool? So we're saying
So
just
16 grand, 16.5. Is that right?
That sounds about right because 33% of 50K, right? Let's see. 50K times, wait, 50, wait, hold on. 51, 2, 3 times 0.33 is 16.5 plus $9.99 or whatever. 16.5. So I got, is it 16.509 or something?
Hold on.
Oh, but oh yeah, our investments went up. That's right.
Yeah. Why is the
actually
investments going? Why is investments going up?
our
Oh, because it's going up by 10%. It's $10.98. I see.
But oh, that's cool. So we made 10% on his $9. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Do you like this one?
Okay.
Pretty legit.
So that's legit. So, Well, I mean, what's the rule of thumb? 3 months, 3 months cash, and then everything else in investment. I mean, should we build in assumptions, or how do we move the cash to investments? I guess is it only done one time a year, or should it automatically like should there be an allocation that someone fills in, says what percentage of your of the cash is going to go into investments, right? So you can see it.
How about we fix the investment Superman 3 problem? Look at work for a few years.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we should only have it go round to two decimals.
Yeah, let's fix that.
Okay.
So, oh, good thing we have a let for that. So where is that? Is that in investments? Okay. So, oh, we don't have a let for investments. Okay. So investments, let INV equal this dot investments. Is it math dot round? Oh, wait, first we got to do that times 100.
I mean, that seems kind of silly that we can't just um there's no class that we could have just made the number where it automatically defaults
To what?
to 2 decimals.
Do you want a separate class for everything that does that? This
No,
isn't
yeah.
Excel.
Yeah. No, I thought there was like if you made an int, it would just be defaulted to something, right?
You want an int. You don't want an int for this data type,
Yeah.
right? Because an
Yeah.
int is gonna be salty.
Oh, the math.round. That's I
Oh,
see.
this is pretty good.
Update the name.
Look at that. Uh-oh, we forgot something, Henry. We'll finish this part. But we forgot something. What did we forget? Do you know what we forgot?
Hold on. I'm trying to go back to your code where you rounded.
Yep.
So you just did the let inventory. Those are the 2 lines.
Mm-hmm.
But how'd you get cache to round 2? Did cache round? Or is that just
Cache is not rounding. Cache is just because it's cache.
Oh, because it's only adding full digit numbers. That's why.
Ooh, that's bad, right?
I mean, it's fine because it'll never go like crazy like investments because you're not multiplying it by anything. It started at 51 cents, right? And all you're doing is
Oh, because 33
percent of 50 grand. I guess it's a round number.
to a dollar.
16.5, right?
Okay.
I mean, ideally we should have it round on both. I mean,
Yeah.
so where did you put that again? Okay, here. You put it in your start of your work. No. Can you go back to your rounding area?
It's this.
Right here.
Maybe I'll separate this line. I'll say round the investment, round the raw investment number.
You put that in. Okay, so let. And what's INV stand for? Inventory?
Investment?
Oh, I see. But you just created something new.
Yeah, because it's just a let. So I can. This is destroyed every update. It's just done. And it's gone.
Okay. Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, whoops. I always forget that that's let inventory equals math that round this dot investments times 100 divided by 100. Wait. Okay. Document dot get element by
Any
ID.
questions about that part?
Yeah, I just typoed something. Hold on. Investments label. There we go. Got it.
Okay.
Oh, it's still not rounding. Weird.
Your investments aren't.
Yeah.
Did you pipe in INV
Oh, where did you put INV?
instead of $sign plus INV instead of whatever you had before?
Oh, you mean on
You have
the
to use your let.
yeah.
Like this part. Look at this part.
This.inv.
No, it's not a this because inv is just a local let.
Oh, I see. Investments label. Maybe I'm overwriting it here. Let me try that. Okay, I got it now.
Better?
Yeah, I had another line overwriting it. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
I have a challenge for you. Okay, click the work 1 year 10 times, and then tell me what we're missing.
Okay, I clicked it 10 times, and it's saying I have 165,000, right?
But what are we missing?
Comma.
Oh, that's not a big deal. I'm not worried about that right now.
Okay.
But looking at our table, what's glaringly that we missed? Two things actually,
Mm,
because we said we worked a year, right?
oh, the years worked in
And our
update.
age,
Yeah,
and our
yeah,
age too. So
yeah,
we
yeah.
should do that in our work, right? So
Yeah, that should be plus work. I mean, age plus and years worked
that's
plus,
right.
right?
That's good. So we'll say this dot age plus plus this dot years worked plus plus, and it should be more accurate simulation.
Threw me off when
That's
you said
tight.
10
Oh,
clicks.
now cache needs to be affected because my cache is off. Yeah, cache needs to be rounded too.
Yeah. So run. Oh, weird. When I click on it the first time, it doesn't go to years worked. I had to click it twice for some reason.
Double check the order by which it's updating. It should be updating at the bottom of the function.
And then before this dot update, right?
That's
I think
right.
that's. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now I got it. And then I just need to make this round here.
That's right.
So the cache one. Are you gonna create a new thing again?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so, and
There's,
it's
there's
just
no
gonna be a new
penalty
let.
for a let. There's no penalty for
Yeah.
a simple let.
Okay. So the first one was investment. This one will just say cas math dot round this dot cache.
Nice. Good job, Kikilos. Making some big bucks for us. Bail
Dot
runs.
get element by ID cache.
Keys.
Cache label dot inner HTML equals plus cast. All right, let me do that. Oops, the hell did I do? Oh, I forgot. For some reason, I always capitalize the ID. All right, cool. All right, got it.
That's pretty good,
So
right?
at 65, we will have how much money? We'll have $660,000 cash on hand if we invest. if we invest nothing. If we invest nothing. Now,
But that means you saved everything.
yeah, that means you saved everything and you got wrecked by the inflationary numbers. So now we're gonna put that APY to work. We're gonna put that work, get that compounding, right?
We need to say invest, like invest $1,000,
Um,
or do you want to do an input where it's like says invest?
should it be invest? and then it'll dump everything from cash to investments. How about that?
You want to do a dump? Okay. Or we could
Yeah,
say
so so that way you can go to like year 3, and then that's when they start investing, and that way they could see
then you just dump.
how much they get dumped by not investing earlier. So like, um, hold on, let me think. So should we have the invest button being um, invest everything or invest 1,000? Maybe invest 1,000. Maybe that's the button, right?
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Okay,
1K.
let's do it. Invest 1,000 button.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it underneath my work 1 year button. Or do you want to work 1 month now?
Yeah, just why don't we just get rid of the work one? Or we could do the work. We can keep that one. I was thinking just
Should we
modify
just
that just to be invest.
do that later?
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's change work 1 month and just edit it to invest.
Invest 1K.
Yeah, invest 1K. So, and I'm just gonna do on click equals player dot invest, and I'll create the function. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we go back here to person, and then
we
we're
could say
gonna
invest. We could say invest, and it takes a like a number.
invest.
No.
Oh no, yeah, you could. I mean,
Then
eventually,
we could just make
yeah.
it so it's we can make 100K, right?
Yeah.
So it takes an argument. So then the investment. Okay. So then
So one, we have to make sure. So
if
we have to say if cash is greater than 1,000,
if
right?
this dot cache is greater than num, greater than or equal to num,
Greater than, okay.
this dot cache minus equals num, this dot investments plus equals num. And then an update.
Greater than or equal to
This dot update.
num. This dot cash minus equal. Plus equals num. Cool.
And you have
And
to
then-
have a greater than or equal to that.
And then are we gonna do an else? Or just do nothing?
Actually,
I
the
guess
update should only occur if you have enough.
yeah. You put that outside of.
Do you want to do
the
an else
but-
console.log? Do you want to do an error message or something? Or
Sure. Not enough
else
money to. Else
console.log
console.log get wrecked.
not enough cash.
Not enough cash to invest. Simple. And then
That's it.
now
Now I'm gonna stitch it in.
cool. Try that. So not enough cash to invest, work in Europe, boom. Okay. So why is this not updating? The invest. Oh, it's because
My guy's doing it.
what are you? Oh, do you?
I
Oh,
made
that's because you.
$900. That's about right.
So
Dang,
1,000
bro.
player dot invest. Oh, that's why. Because I didn't put 1,000 in that, and I didn't put the num in. That's why. Okay. So work 1 year, invest. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
So if you invest early at like that first year, and then you go to 65, how different does that look? Now you got 660 plus an extra 41,596 if you just invested that 1K when you're that first year.
Oh, just 1K? I invested all of it.
Yeah.
I
But
got
let's
double
let me
my
try that.
money. I got double
Yeah.
my money.
Let me work 1 year and then I just invest all of it,
Yeah, and then literally you double your money.
and then you just go to 65,
Yeah, you literally have double your money, dude.
and then I am 65. Boom.
Double your money.
Double, double trouble. Yeah, that's the power of compound.
Cray, cray.
Cool. That was a useful exercise.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Hopefully now the lesson learned is you got to save that money and then invest it. You can't just save it. You just get wrecked by inflation.
I guess you just can't save it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
First, you got to be making enough money to not be in the poorhouse, though.
It's true.
Because if
It's
you're
true.
spending every dollar on like half-eaten chicken nuggets, you're gonna have a tough time.
That's fair enough. That
You,
was cool. Thank you.
that's
That was actually that was a perfect project this week.
for especially for your interests.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I mean, I can kind of play around with this and use this.
You could use this
Just
for. I could. You could use it for budgeting,
yeah,
or goals.
exactly.
Might be a little bit more. Might be a little bit more like interactive than just using a pre-built one from a company or a bank where they
Yeah,
do it
yeah,
for you. You know, they
yeah.
might not understand your stylistic nuance stuff, but some of them are
Right.
quite good, like the savings things that come with them and the
Yeah.
investment things. Now, of course, we didn't really factor it in 2008 and all that stuff, but even people who invested,
Yeah, they're still up
everybody
now.
bounced back.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
do you want to convert? Do you
Absolutely.
want to convert to podcast mode?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna try saving this configuration, and then let's see.
I think what I want to do next week is start playing with the fields where it's inputted by the person, and then that way, like, you could have just like it's sitting on a website where to help people. They can go there and just punch in their stuff, and then they kind of get
Yeah,
it.
that. Oh yeah, that'd be good. Let me go plus. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be HLC podcast mode. Oh, oops. How come it didn't let me duplicate it? Oh, duplicate.
Cool. Oops. Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
You like this one? Okay. So
That one
then
was
now,
good.
so now,
It's a little bit more and it's a little bit more useful than some donuts and gold.
right, right.
Or a little bit more applicable.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Podcast
Ha-
mode activated.
Have there been any have you seen any games that you've been looking at?
I
I
just
haven't
beat
looked.
a game. I just beat a game today.
What game did you beat?
Hexen.
Ooh, the first?
Yeah. I
Cool.
just, I just jammed on that thing and I just banged it out because it was like the high quality, like, because I had it on Steam, not Steam for a while, and then
Hmm.
and I've already beaten the game,
Yeah.
and then so what happened was, am I in the frame here? I don't know. I think I need to move. I need to move myself over. There we go. That's better. What do you think of that?
It looks perfect.
Okay. And then so basically, I already had the game. I've beaten it before, but then I went on the Steam discussions just to see how people thought about it, and they were literally like, "Check out Chocolate Hexen," and then I'm like, "Dude, this makes it run perfectly on Windows 7." And then
Mm.
so I was like, "Dude, this is amazing." And then
Hmm.
so I was just like, "Oh, I don't want to shrink you." There we go. And then so I just made it just tons of fun.
That does sound tons of fun. This game Outward is on sale. Mm. Oh, it got wrecked by reviews though. It's kind of fun. Hmm.
The
So tell me about the big moves you made. I guess on
Oh,
the
right.
puzzle.
Yeah, with my
Yeah.
puzzle game. So I was
Yep.
like, because I do Java primarily, so I do a little bit of JavaScript. My main one is Java, and
Yep.
in Java you can return a void function,
Mhm.
but it's weird because normally if you have a function that has a return type, like let's say you have an expected return type of an integer, right? You're expecting
Mhm.
to return like a number, a counting number, right?
Mhm.
But if you have a function that's void, you normally don't want to return anything because it's not really designed to. And if you return anything other than void, you get an error.
Mhm.
But you can return void, and it's like a function break. So it's like, do not do anything else in the function. And I'm using them a lot more now, especially when dealing with what's called you know about these binary search trees and stuff. And then so when I was doing my game maker project, right? I'm like, man, I want to like exit out of the script now. And I didn't
Mhm.
really, I'm like, what should I even be searching? I'm like, I don't know. Where's a return void for game maker language equivalent? And then said, oh, well, you could just go exit. And if you say exit, it exits your script.
Mhm.
So then it's like sick. So now my puzzle game, it's like it's much more, I'd say, predictable in the sense of, let's say things get crazy, there's tons of stuff happening, you can still
Mhm.
count on it following the rules correctly. Things like that,
Mhm.
which was pretty sick.
Nice.
And and then because like I'm like I have a binder where I'm going through it and like look at how thick this is so far. Like look at all these pages. These are just like verified stages so far.
Got binders
I'm
full
making
of
an
it.
actual bind full of it, full of binders. Yeah. So I mean, and then I saw our buddies, and they wanted to see Joker, but I didn't want to see Joker.
Oh,
I didn't want to see
is it?
Joker.
You don't want to see it?
I'm not
I heard.
gonna.
Is it good reviews?
I'm
Probably.
sure it's gonna get good reviews, but basically it looks like Antifa
Well.
training manual
Oh my
383942.
God, it has a 9.0 on IMDb. That's really, really high.
And but I
He's
mean,
a good actor too.
yeah, I like the
Uh,
actor and everything, but it's almost like it looks like it's just gonna feed more of the I'm
Crazies.
I I I just I deserve stuff, right? Like Bernie says, right?
Bernie.
And it just I just don't want to support that, you know. I feel
Yeah.
like it's people
Did they see it this weekend?
they
Is that?
wanted to, but instead we just went to Chili's.
Oh, nice.
We just went to Chili's. Chili's was pretty good,
Hmm.
you know. But
Chili's. I haven't been to Chili's in a long time.
I can't even get into Sizzler. Did I tell you I've been
Is
wanting
it?
to go to Sizzler? I can't
Oh
get
yeah.
in. I can't
Why?
get in. Standing room only.
It's standing room only?
Standing room only at Sizzler in my neighborhood. And I'm just
Dang.
like, I just want to pick up some office supplies and go to Sizzler and enjoy myself. And I walk in there, there's like, people are like, in or out. And then I'm just like, dude, the line is literally snaking all the way back to the front door. I don't want, I don't want to pay for overpriced jumbo shrimp like that
Yeah.
bad. And you know, and it's just like, it's crazy.
How much was Chili's? I know that back when this is back in like even the Nancy days. I think the meal combo with the burger was like under 10. It was like 7.99. What is it? What is it now?
For,
For like a burger plus the fries or whatever, the standard
I'm
sort
not
of
sure, but after tip and stuff, it was like $18 or something for to get a drink in the like I got like a burger for
drinking a burger with the fries, right?
it's like basically for mine I
20
got
bucks.
you walk out with 20 we walk out $20 lighter If you walk
Yeah.
into Chili's, you're walking out $20 later.
Oh man.
You walk into In and Out, you uh, end up with a broken window. That's what happened to the girl next to me. I'm like, this
Oh
is
really?
crazy. I'm like, I went to In and Out, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I saw a little bit of glass on the ground. I'm like, oh my God, there must have been some hoodlums here near recently, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, I told my friend to meet me here, so it's not like I can just leave. And then so I'm like, okay, but I had my backpack on me, right?
Yeah.
Walk into In and Out, walk back out, I see glass on the ground. I'm like, oh my God, I just got my car broken into, right? Like a few months ago. This can't be happening again. It wasn't me. It
Hmm.
was the person who wasn't even parked there in the 45-minute dinner time period, and she
Hmm.
got her car broken into
Yeah.
in that 45-minute period. And I'm like, this is crazy. I'm just like, they need to get security for these parking lots now, because
Yeah.
I haven't been back there since, because I'm like, why would I want to go and support a business that's not protecting the people's cars?
Yeah.
Because I don't care if there's a sign that says, like,
Watch your stuff.
I don't care. It's not my job. It's my car, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's my job to. Why have a car if you have to take everything out every time you want to use it,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
Yeah. But I mean, who? I mean, it's not. So you're saying the store should take more ownership of that?
absolutely. I think
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess there's
unless you
measurements
want
to
me
be
to shop
taken.
there,
Yeah.
if you want
Yeah.
me to
Yeah.
shop there,
Right. 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 Right.
because
Right.
that's a business. When someone goes in and breaks a window in a 45-minute part, they have spotters. They absolutely have to have spotters to do that. They also have there's there's probably a stealther, someone in the business that's monitoring when they're coming out or not.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And then they have the slammers and the grabbers. I
Yeah.
bet you anything there's a minimum three or four
Three.
people.
Yeah.
Three,
Yeah. Yeah.
minimum three, right?
Yeah.
And so guess what? That's a business. There's literally a business preying off of people at your business. You got a problem as a business, and you need to take care of biz,
Hmm. Hmm.
because they're not taking care of biz. And it's too bad, because I love the burgers.
Right. 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 Well, they're taking the business decision that they'll lose some biz, but not enough biz where it'll make them actually still want to like hire, I don't know, off-duty security guards or whatever.
No, it's not worth the word of mouth. It's not
Yeah.
worth it, because um, I
But I
know.
mean, in certain urban areas of San Francisco, it's like what can a storefront really do? You know what I mean? Like it's everywhere in the city. The whole business is the entire city of San Francisco.
That's why I just reject any LinkedIn thing that are like, oh yeah, we have a position in San Francisco. I'm like, peace.
You're just like, no thanks. Yeah.
Not, you know, you gotta take care of you gotta take care of
The biz.
gotta take care of biz if you want my biz.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, it's just bottom line stuff. And then so
100%.
yeah, and I'm not saying anything about. I mean, I love that city. I used to live there, right?
Yeah.
But the same time is, if you're if you're basically not enforcing your own rules,
Mhm.
I think that's when people are just like, pass, right? Because
Mhm.
I mean, unless you're already embedded in an area where you have a good deal on rent or something like that, your first few years there are going to be like rough in terms of
Mhm.
expenses, the moving, right, job, a lot of that stuff. So I just don't think like a lot of these places are cost effective for what you get.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I hear you. I hear. Oh, did did either of them? I mean, does is Jason gonna be going down to LA for Thanksgiving and for New Year, or
Not
he's
sure. Well, we might have to work that out with him
okay?
offline.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I mean. what I've been doing a lot of art because I'm working on my next game
Yeah.
after the puzzle game,
Do you have
where
anything that you can share?
on the stream,
Yeah, art.
I mean,
Like a tidbit,
a little something for the fans links.
little something, a little something.
Let's see what I can do here. Okay, because I don't want to give it too much away here. Move it. Wait. This is okay. That's better. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so let me see what I got here. Give you a flavor for some of the tree. This is part of a tree.
Okay.
Part of a tree. So trying to do more detailed patterns. I'm trying to learn from the Castlevanias, those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I won't give too much away of this stuff to my babies.
Okay.
To my babies.
Like it?
But the idea is, um, there's, yeah, I'm doing like armor, building armor, trying to make it so you can change how your guy looks, that kind of stuff. So probably it looks like the next one, puzzle game. Then after that, probably a action game.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
But yeah, it's been, you know, it's it's just kind of like, a lot of people they don't understand that you don't have to instantly win. Like I'm just putting in a couple hours every day, and I feel really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, it's pretty good. It's very good. Um, oh. I'm just scouring LinkedIn for some random stuff.
Any juicies? Is there any juicy, stimulating information?
Not as juicy as ASMR, apparently.
It's becoming very popular, don't you think? I think it's bad. I think people are starting to realize you can program your own mind. You don't have to necessarily constantly need all these different things. You can just program your mind with whatever you need to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so, um, yep, I think this was a pretty good.
This was legit.
This was a legit one. And then, do you have any more trips next week, or do you want to do the same thing next week? We can make it better.
Next week, let's make it better. Yeah, let's do it a
Okay.
little bit more free form. And then what was it? Let me see something. I think next week, I think there's an event I'm going to next week, but I should be back by I think 7 will be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Uh,
think this is a good time.
yeah, 7's actually perfect. So I have this coming Sunday. Yeah, I'll be back by 7. 7's perfect.
Okay. Let's just
Cool.
make it
Let's do
better.
that.
I feel like you absorbed that object-oriented side of it quickly.
Yeah.
You like that dot notation, huh?
Yep.
So,
I love it. Love it.
I mean, if you're cool with that using this and making objects, I mean, that's a major milestone actually is the dot notation. Because if you're cool with
Hmm.
that, then cool making
Hmm.
methods. You know,
Yeah.
there's no limit at that point.
Yeah.
Because there's functions and then there's methods, there's classes, And then I guess the next thing I could show you was just like basic JavaScript style dictionary
Hmm.
objects, which is basically the same thing that I just showed you, but except without a constructor.
Yeah.
And then just getting our keys, that could. But I feel like this one is good because then I can show you more algorithmic stuff with this one, kind of like how we did the rounding. That's pretty
Hmm.
simple, right? It's like, oh, how are we
Hmm.
going to do this? It's like, oh yeah, just round it. But after we multiply, make it bigger, right?
Hmm.
Some of
Hmm.
the things you got to look up a few times, and then you just get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I think, yeah, I'll think about some other things that I want to kind of play with in terms of next week tweaks
Hmm.
to make it a little bit more. Um, I mean, add some utility to it.
Yeah, well, I think once we add the text fields, the input fields, that'll be good. And then making your own guy, you can name him, you
Yep.
can, you know, do all that stuff
Yep.
that people like that. Or you could just use a pre-built one. That'd be kind of cool.
Yep.
Make your own guy, or like use a pre-built one. Use a pre-built one with a guy who's using a savings account. Use a pre-built one who's doing like a slightly improved savings account. Use a pre-built
Mhm.
guy who's doing stock market.
Mhm.
Maybe then you can even factor in crashes, stock market crashes too,
Mhm.
because it's almost aren't those in cycles too?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything's pretty cyclical. And
But
then you got even the crypto space.
I think the people who get pwned with the stock market stuff are the ones where they, oh man, I lost it in the stock market, and then they walk after their losses,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then, I mean, is there really any way to protect yourself from a crash?
Mhm.
I guess the only way is if you use what you've earned to get real estate or something. Like you go in and out kind of thing. Is that what people do?
Repeat that.
So they'll liquidate some of the investments to get real estate and then invert it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so but if it's all just only in stock market and then stock market, then
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, speaking of which, I think when do you think in a year or so you're gonna be ready? Make a trip. Take a trip.
I think in 1 year we should take a trip anyway,
Okay.
regardless. Something. And just
Yeah.
check out some of these states that have good deals. We'll do start the planning for it, and then
Yep.
see if there's any juicy ones.
Okay.
So we just get some intel.
Yep. Yep. I was looking at some duplex and triplexes in San Francisco,
Hmm.
and the cost of them are actually it's cheaper than I would have guessed. But I found the reason why is because most of these dwelling units are rent controlled and they have tenants living there, meaning you'd have to pay them out to really get like anything close to like to work on the place, improve it, and then actually get market rate. Um,
Hmm.
so that's why. So like I'll give an example. So like a one bedroom, a nicer new unit in San Francisco, it's like right north of $1 million. And then I looked like a 2 or 3 person duplex. It was like a 3 or 4 bedroom or whatever, and it was only like 1.5 or like 1.3 or something like that. And I was like, why is it so cheap? And then it's because they have it's basically completely full with tenants, and the laws in San Francisco are so ludicrous that like you have to pay people to leave basically, like a lot of money too. We're talking about tens of thousands of dollars. You have to basically pay them just so you know uh, just so you don't get sued essentially.
Hmm.
It's kind of crazy, but But yeah, I mean, a duplex thing might make sense. Duplex, triplex. I mean, it'd be easy also to like for example, like if you're gonna get a place, you, I mean, you've done some property managing or you've experienced it, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it'd be pretty easy to rent the other units if you already live in one of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like it's easier to see what's going on and make fixes and work on the
God,
build.
pass.
Pass.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's. Oh, you mean like dealing with like living with people and like do it? That's a lot of work,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. There's work. Yes, definitely. I mean, you can get property management if you have an investment property. What I was saying is, um, you can do it where you make the investment, but you also live there.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the basic stuff you can kind of, for the most part, you can manage pretty easily. Especially if like, for example, like showing a house, right? Like you have to be there and show them and then check their credit and so yada yada yada. But
Yeah.
it's if you live there already, it's pretty easy to meet people there. You know what I
Right.
mean? So there's some benefit to that, but again,
I
I
think
don't know.
it's
I just haven't looked
making
at it.
products is. I think that's the route I want to go. I want to make products.
Yep,
I think that's cool.
yep. I mean products, especially the products that you're thinking about, are all digital, right? So
Mm-hmm.
very scalable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like products. I want things that people can buy stuff. Do you have something that's for sale? Is it cheap? Is it a good
Mm-hmm.
deal? And then people will be like, okay, I want that. And then,
Mm-hmm.
like, let's say, it's a game or later. I kind of want to get into later, like, um, as I learn more about circuitry and stuff, maybe electronic stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I want to use game sales as a way to learn more about more things. Maybe even make
Mm-hmm.
games about the process of learning.
Yeah,
People want to learn. People don't want to pay all this money for college these days. They want to learn how to do stuff.
I agree. It's ridiculous. I, it's just a degree isn't worth really what I would say. The vast majority of degrees really aren't worth the spend that you have to do
Oh, huge.
to
I mean, like 100K, 200K here, bam, 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 bam. 60K. What would you say? 60K is a cheap degree these days
yeah. If you're talking about for full on
for a
for
4-year university.
yeah, 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 yeah. 60 is cheap. That's definitely like in state too if you get that. And these schools are incentivized to find out of staters and
Hmm.
even foreign students because they can charge them way more. So, you know.
But I mean, when you think about it, like once you spend 100,000, right?
Yeah.
Is it better to get the degree or to invest in the stock market?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, yeah,
Right? Because
yeah,
imagine you're
yeah,
25. You're like, well, should I just take the
yeah. No, you're
invest?
absolutely right.
It's like it's approaching that kind of question, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's investments. I'm trying to figure out. Man, I'm kind of tired.
Hmm. I think we did good
Oh,
today.
I know we did really good. I'm surprised I banged out the homework.
Yeah, you got your homework cooking, and then this week don't worry about homework stuff, and then we'll just continue with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was looking forward to that.
Okay. You
All
want
right,
you
man.
want to call it here?
We'll call it here.
Okay, let's do it. All right.
All
Well,
right.
hope you have a great night, and